Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, welcome. My name is Kay. I am a zero-based cash budgeter and I'm also a single income homeowner. So in this video, I am going to be budgeting for my month of August. I'm also going to be taking a really close look at July and closing out the month of July to see what I learned and what we can take forward into August, readjust where we need to readjust. And I will also be planning for my September bills since I am a month ahead. So if you're interested in videos like this, stay tuned and don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of my future videos. Let's go. Okay, you guys, I'm so excited about this month. I feel like I'm getting a little bit better at taking stock in myself, how I spend money, how I am trying to save money, how I prioritize. And I feel like the theme for August is just to let the reins loose a little bit. I feel a little more secure. I've been really tight on my variable spending the last couple of months. And so I feel like I can let go just a tiny bit and give myself more of allowances during the week, which means that for the month of August, I will mostly be working on my four walls with my weekly pay. So that's, utilities, mortgage, food, that kind of thing. So, so let's go ahead and get to it. So I wanted to take a deep look into July. I like to go through and kind of compare what I had budgeted at the beginning of the month and then write in what actually happened to kind of see where I actually excelled, where I need to do better, and possibly look into like my spending habits and tweaking those kinds of things a little bit. So in July, I had budgeted a total income of $51.62. And I actually brought home $51.54. So pretty close, just a little bit under. I do keep two rolling credit cards, cash reward credit cards, where I put my fixed expenses on so that I can earn cash rewards back. I have already paid for the first credit card earlier this week, and then now all I need to do is pay the balance of the second credit card, which is $653, which is pretty good. It's mostly things I've already accounted for in my July budget, and it went to paying back the credit card. So all the bills got drafted out of here. Some of the variable spending also came out of there. And so I think that was pretty good. It's a little less than the month of June. I feel like I did pretty well not spending too much this month for July. So bills actually did go up in utilities because I was not planning well for the summer months. And so we're going to plan to increase the utility budget from $40 a week up to $56 a week, which is why it's going to be less in the weekly stuffings, less about syncing my funds, my syncing envelopes, and more just about maintaining the weekly budget. So mortgage was it stays consistent. It's $24.12. I didn't have any increases in Wi-Fi. That's consistent. Of course, utilities went up. It was actually $218 and I had budgeted $160. And then in mid-month, I sort of did a restock of what was going on in the electricity bill and started to increase it. I didn't quite get up to $218, but we made it work. Lawn care was right on track, and my car insurance got paid off for the last month, and so it was actually a little less because of the rewards program they have for good driving. So I'm going to move the car insurance envelope into sinking funds next month and just stock for my 6-month premium, because I was able to pay my 6-month premium. So I'm going to be all paid up on that. And so now it's just going to turn into a sinking funds envelope instead of a bills envelope. So that being said, in the month of July, I had budgeted $28.41 for my bills, but it actually was $27.99. So that was a nice little win. Cash envelopes, I did end up adding some money during my hustle stuffings. And this coming month in August, I am just going to beef up these envelopes just a tiny bit. I can't afford too much, only because my weekly pay goes into paying my bills mostly. So I actually spent $50 in gas. I spent $100 in groceries instead of $80. I budgeted $40 for dining out, which I know is super low, and I did go over in dining out. This one is really the most consistent thing that I do, is spend more money in dining out than in any other category. And so last month I started supplementing the Schmoopy envelope, which is my boyfriend's envelope and the envelope I use for date night. So I did dip into that envelope twice last month. So for next month, I think I am going to increase dining out to $20 a month to try and slow down on the pulling from this sinking fund. And entertainment was pretty on point. I am going to buff it up a little bit just to kind of help out with the rising cost of everything, so inflation. And then miscellaneous was pretty close. I went over by $2, so I'm going to keep it the same for next month. So I ended up having a really low budget because I was trying to, if I give myself more money, I'm going to spend it. So I was trying to keep myself under 300, and I did. Of course, I did jump into my home envelope and my Schmoopy envelope. But, to me, I think that's what the sinking funds are for, is to dip into them. So for me, I feel like my cash envelope budgeting was a win. But yeah, so next month we are going to go up just a little bit. In my sinking funds, I did really well. I maintained putting the $50 a week, $200 a month into my extra principal payment for my mortgage and also my month ahead savings account. So those two are taken care of for the month of July. I hadn't really planned very well for the variable expense or the sinking funds, because I really didn't know what July was going to look like. I knew there was a lot of things that were kind of just in the air. So what ended actually happening for hair and beauty is I stuffed $145. I used quite a bit of it because I had an appointment. So this sinking fund is used quite often. So I like to know that this was that number for last month. It kind of gives me an idea for what I should plan for in August. Vacation, I went ahead and consolidated these two, summer vacation and winter vacation. What I'm going to do is add an envelope for anniversary in August. Because the winter vacation is more of like an anniversary getaway for me and my boyfriend. So we're gonna stick with one vacation envelope. I was able to contribute $81 this last month. Christmas, I was able to add $148. Did use some of it because I don't have a gifts or a birthday envelope, and so I did use some of it, so that number, even though I stuffed pretty high, about half of it was used. Schmoopy, I stuffed $115. Really happy about that because it does help out when we go over on date night. Memberships, I was able to stuff it 5 times for $25. Same with wellness and clothing. I put $23 in clothing. Car care was where I had added $175 to build up this envelope to meet my 6-month premium. And so I had $740 go back to the bank to pay for my next 6 months of car insurance. So I'm going to use car care now for the car care envelope now for car maintenance. Like I need an oil change soon, so I'm going to plan for that expense in August. Home care, I was able to contribute $120. HOA, I was able to contribute $19, and in the month of July, I paid my annual dues of $200. So that was taken care of this month. I also, in memberships, I paid my Amazon Prime, so that was $150 last month. So yeah, I feel pretty accomplished this last month. It was a struggle, but I accomplished quite a bit. For business expenses, I had planned to put in 400. I was lowballing and I was really hoping 500 would be my number, and I actually stuffed 560. So really happy about that. I paid 1,000 towards the I let my marker dry out. 1,000 towards that balance. Let me cap this and start on the other end. Sorry, you guys. So I did put $1,000 towards that debt. So we've probably got, maybe by August, I'll probably have another 1,000, just because we're still trying to work out all the kinks and balance things out. So anyway, I've got, I think another $100 left in the envelope. So I'm getting a head start on next month already. I had to add a property tax envelope, and I was able to stuff 150, which I'm happy about that. And then I added a personal spending envelope, and I was able to contribute $60 last month. So all in all, my sinking funds, I was able to sink $2,046, which is amazing. I've never been over $2,000 before since starting this year. So I'm really happy that I was able, and I guess this goes to show that the effort I did put in did pay off. So to kind of recap, July I had budgeted $51.62, but actually earned $51.54. My bills, I had budgeted $28.41, but it was $27.99. My cash envelopes, I kind of lowballed myself, but it paid off because I didn't spend more than $272. And then in my sinking funds, I was hoping to contribute about $1,250, but I actually contributed $2,046, which when I subtracted these things from my income, I'm left with a $37 buffer in my account. So not quite zero, but I'm okay with that. You know, there's always one straggling bill that you never quite sometimes know about. And so it's nice to have that little buffer in the account for random little things that happen. And so I'm happy about that balance. So let's go ahead and now transition to budgeting. So what we've learned, I'm gonna put this off to the side here, what we learned and what we are going to put in for August. So again, we'll be stuffing for August and budgeting bills for September. All right. Income is going to stay relatively the same. My wellness reimbursement on my second check is not going to be as high. It's only going to be like $34. So the paycheck number 2 is only going to be $18.43. So let me zoom in a little bit for you guys. Okay. So I am planning for some side hustle money next month, and I'm going to estimate about $1,300 for side hustle. So let's go ahead and add this up. So total income for next month will be $49.51. All right. So we're going to leave the credit card section alone because that is when I do my closeout, that's where the section I fill out at the end of the month. Mortgage is going to stay the same at $24.12, which is, I went ahead and changed my template. So I like to put my monthly and then my weekly stuffing here. So Wi-Fi is staying the same at $66, which is a stuffing of $17. I'm beefing up utilities, and the goal is $224, and that's a $56 a week contribution. Lawn care is staying the same at $80. I like to have a little bit of a buffer in that account, so that'll be a $20 a week stuffing. I don't have streaming next month, but I do think a subscription is going to start charging again. And so I'm planning for a $22 bill or just under, and I'm gonna stuff $5 a week in there. So let's add that up. So that is bill total of $2,804, which is weekly a $701 weekly expense. Okay, so next up is my cash envelopes, or my variable spending envelopes. Gas tends to stay the same at $10 a week. I am bumping up groceries, right, to $100. So we're doing $25 a week. Dining out, I'm bumping up to $80. Give myself a little bit more wiggle room. And so that'll be a $20 a week stuffing. Entertainment is also getting a little bump at $60 a month and a $15 stuffing. And miscellaneous stays the same, so it's gonna get $5 a week. I was thinking about having another variable spending envelope, but I can't afford it, so we're not doing that. So let's go ahead and add this up. So 40 plus 100 plus 80, 60, and 20. That's $300. Perfect. So that was really what I was hoping for. I'm really still trying to keep my variable expenses low. That's still a goal of mine. So next month, I'm going to try really hard to save money every week from these envelopes so that I can contribute to my extra savings envelope. So that is divided by 4. That's $75 a week. So we will see how that works out here in August. Okay, so next up is, I'm gonna move this over. Next up is principal. That is working out just fine. So that's gonna be a $200 a month contribution, $50 a week stuffing, same for month ahead. All right, so for business expenses, I do want to get as close to 500 next month as I can. I think I'll be able to do it with the side hustle money. Property taxes, I want to try and contribute, let's see, I want to contribute $140 for the month. This one I will try and beef up when I can. Car insurance, we are going to start our new monthly or our weekly contribution to build up for the 6-month premium now that we're 6 months ahead. So if it stays the same, it'll be $124 a month, which is $31 a week. So I will try and stuff that every week. Car care, I want to plan for an oil change, so I'm going to put in $60 for the month. For home care, I'm going to do $60 also for this one. Hair and beauty, I know minimum is $120, so I will try and add more if I can. But I don't think I will have an appointment in September, but if I can fund it for the following month, which is October, that gives me just a little bit more time to beef this up. Vacation is going to get 60 also. Memberships, I want to try and put 4 $5 installments, so $20. Schmoopy, I want to contribute $60 to next month. Christmas, I think we need to add 100. Personal, that's just like my spending account. I really don't have any plans for this money, so I'm just gonna put in 20. Same with clothing and wellness. And I think what I'll do with, I'll wait for savings, and let's do anniversary. And let's put $100 in anniversary. I think my goal for anniversary will be at least maybe $300, maybe $4, because we do like to celebrate. So let's see what this adds up to, and then we'll come back and fill in savings, and that'll be sort of whatever is left over for the month. So let's add 200 plus 200 plus 500, 140, 124, 60, 60, 120, 60, 20, 60, 100, and then 3 20s, and then 100. So that's 1804. So 1804, so 49.51 minus 1804 minus 49.51 minus 1804 minus, there we go, 2804 minus 300. Oh, did I use the minus? Yeah, I did. Okay, so that leaves $43 in savings. Well, that's really cool because $45 is how much my little mini savings tracker is. 1804 plus 43. So 1847. All right, so let's check our math. 49.51 for bills is 2804. Cash envelopes is 300. And sinking funds is 1847. So 49.51 minus 2804 minus 300 minus 1847 is 0. All right, so that is our plan, or my plan for August. Thank you guys so much for sticking around. I do want to write my goals here again. Let me check in on my goals from last month. Goals from last month were to keep cash envelope spending low, which I think I did. Fully fund my car premium, which I did. I paid Amazon, I paid my dues. I started saving property tax for the increase, and then I'd put 500 into debt. So for this month, or in August, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to keep cash envelopes low. Okay. I want to I want to do business debt. I want to do 500, which I think I should be okay. And then let's see, what other goals should I have? I'm gonna try, since I'm exactly at 0, I'm gonna say stay in budget. I feel like I'm getting better. I haven't quite found the sweet spot yet, but I feel like I'm getting better at it. So again, thank you so much for hanging out with me. If you have any thoughts, I'd love to hear your comments in the comments down below. And thank you so much again for joining me. And I will see you guys, I think Friday will be my next video when I do my weekly cash stuffing, my first week of August. All right, I'll see you guys then.